Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome back to our vocabulary class today. And we are going to continue our lesson with a new topic, 3 new topics: conjunctions, preposition, and interjection. So first, we are going to start with conjunction. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now it's working. So there are actually 3 types of conjunction. Jadinya sebenarnya ada 3 jenis kata penyambung. Conjunction is kata penyambung. So there are coordinating conjunction, correlative conjunction, and subordinating conjunction. Jadinya itu ada coordinating conjunction. Itu adalah it's a word that combine like one phrase and another, just like, for example, book and table, or cake or bread. Yeah, more or less it's like that. And if it's combining 2, it's also combining 2 sentences. For example, do you want to eat cake or do you want to eat bread? As you can see, it's 2 sentences because both of the sentence, do you want to eat cake? All of them are complete. They have the subject, they have the verb, they also have the object. So do you want to eat cake? It's how do you say? Oh, it's an interrogative sentence. I'm sorry for my pause. That's why it's in reverse, right? Apa kamu ingin makan kue? Do you want to eat cake? That's why the verb is at the first and then followed by the subject, you, right? If you remember, you is a pronoun. Second person personal pronoun. Okay, and want is a verb too, but it's more like a complement of the do in the front. Do is a to be. It's also kind of verb. And then cake is the object. Jadinya kan dia itu kan kata keterangannya kan. Or is an example of the coordinating conjunction. Jadinya kata sambung gitu ya. And then the second sentence is, or do you want to eat bread? Like, do you want to eat bread? Like, apakah kamu ingin makan roti? Begitu, kira-kira. So, let's just watch the video so you will be clearer about what I'm trying to explain. Where is it? Share. Coordinating conjunction. You know, I intentionally left these open so I don't have to wait for the loading time, but apparently I still need to reload it. Jadi miss itu sengaja sudah dibuka semua begitu, biar nggak perlu lama-lama.
All right, today I want to start talking about conjunctions. And conjunctions are this part of speech that has a very particular function in English. And what it does, conjunctions unite words, phrases, and clauses. Let me show you an example. So if you want to talk about it.
So as you can see what he's talking about, seperti yang kalian bisa lihat ya apa yang mereka sedang katakan. Conjunctions unite words, phrases, and clauses. Words dua kata, like cake and bread, and is the coordinating conjunction. And then for phrase is like he eats. He eats is a clause or a phrase. Let me see. Phrase. I don't want you to have like a wrong phrase. Oh, so clause have like noun phrase is gerund phrase. Phrase is a combination of some words that cannot become a sentence by its own. Jadinya itu phrase itu kumpulan beberapa kata yang tidak dapat membentuk sebuah kalimat sendiri. So it's like example of phrase. There is a noun phrase, adjective phrase, verb phrase, infinitive phrase, prepositional phrase, gerund phrase, participle phrase. A nice red shirt, writing good essays. So it means that eating bread is considered a phrase because it cannot stand on its own. Okay, so I think the clause one is the one that can have verb clause. Clause example. Clause. Oh. So clause is like is the same as this a sentence. Like my example just before, like let me make it become I want to eat cake and I want to eat bread. So, or I like cake and I also like bread. So this I like cake is a phrase, and then the N becomes the conjunction, and I like bread is another clause. Apparently, that's how it works. Okay. But I don't really want to go too deeply to that because what we're learning is vocabulary. We learn about grammar a little bit, but what we are trying to learn here is the vocabulary first. So you will be able to form sentences better later.
About two things you could say. You could say peanut butter and jelly. Or if we're going to paraphrase Eddie Izzard, I might offer you the choice of cake or death.
Oh,
You could also describe something as being sad, but true. And these three are the most commonly used conjunctions.
okay. So the example here is peanut butter and jelly, and done. And cake or death. Cake atau mati. Probably they're trying to, I don't know, make someone poisoned, meracuni seseorang. Sad but true, like life. Karena terkadang kan hidup ini kan agak sedih ya, tapi kan benar. But is tapi.
Because I would be remiss if I didn't mention the seminal conjunction song that got me into the grammar game in the first place, Conjunction Junction, which I think was written by Jack Sheldon or performed by Jack Sheldon in like 1973. Schoolhouse Rock. It's great. Look it up. But what I'm going to talk about today.
Okay, so he's just talking about some old rock musician from the 1973 who makes him like conjunction. And he also talks that like and, or, but, yet. So it's like a very, very common conjunction. Jadi kata conjunction yang sering kalian ketemui di mana-mana itu kayak and, or, but, yet, so. And then what else? I think he
is a mnemonic or a memory aid called Fanboys. You may have heard this before, Fanboys. And this is how we remember the coordinating conjunctions. And you don't need to worry about the name coordinating conjunctions. We'll get to that later. For now, just remember Fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so.
Okay. So apparently there's an acronym for that. Akronim itu adalah kata yang bisa dipanjangkan ya. Like Fanboys is the acronym of for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. That's how if you are trying to memorize it. Like for itu untuk, and itu dan, nor itu how do you say nor? Juga bukan. Oh, right, because it's trying to explain about like I don't like reading nor listening to music. Jadinya saya tidak suka membaca maupun mendengarkan musik. That's not true. By the way, I like reading and listening to the music. It's just for the sake of the giving you explanation. Then but, tetapi, or, atau, yet, akan tetapi, so, jadi, like, so let's.
Fanboys. We'll go through how each one of these are used over the next screen. Follow me downstairs. So we've got for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And each of them have a different basic function. So let's review them. For has this connotation. You can use it the way you would use a word like since or because, as in, I do not eat buttons, for they are not food. You can see I'm combining these two little sentences using the word for.
Okay, so the explanation here is like for is have the similar meaning. Jadinya itu memiliki arti yang sama dengan since or because. Because. Jadi itu artinya itu karena. Kalau misalnya begini ceritanya. Bukannya untuk. If for is have the meaning of untuk, it's going to be I made this food for you, or I bought the clothes for you, I bought the shoes for you. Saya jadinya memasak untuk kamu, atau saya membeli baju ini untuk kamu, atau saya membeli sepatu ini untukmu. Begitu kira-kira. But because it's a conjunction, we are trying to make the for into conjunction, which is trying to combine two sentences or two clauses at the same time. Karena kita kan mau untuk menggabungkan kalimat ya. That's why the meaning change to become karena, menjadi because. Nah, in the explanation, I do not eat buttons. Saya tidak memakan kancing. For, because, since, it can be interchangeable. Itu bisa diganti-ganti jadinya. Because they are not food, karena dia kan bukan makanan. And another example, I didn't run around my neighborhood this morning because of the rain. Saya tidak berlari mengitari perumahan saya karena hujan. Because of it is raining in the morning. Karena ada hujan di pagi hari. Then
we're using this for to explain my reasoning. I do not eat buttons because they are not food. And
yeah, it's just explaining. Like in the sentence, he explained it. I do not eat buttons because they are not food, right? Jadinya kan the second sentence explain the first sentence. It's the same like my example sentence, yang mirip dengan example sentence-nya saya. Jadinya, I didn't run this morning because it is raining. Saya tidak pergi lari ya di pagi hari karena hujan pada hari itu. Begitu, kira-kira.
The for is a simpler way to express that. The conjunction and, very elemental, very important conjunction, combines one thing with another, as in, the kangaroo robbed the bank and torched the saloon. Rather, criminal kangaroo. And you can see we're using and to combine these two ideas. Right? We're saying this thing happened, this thing also happened. They happened together.
Okay. Wow, what a savage example. So the person is saying that I don't know what is this saloon, but I know kangaroo. So kangaroo itu kan kanguru ya. The kangaroo robbed the bank, berarti dia itu mencuri di sebuah bank. And then torch the saloon. Torch itu membakar. The saloon, I don't know what it is because I tried to Google it, but I didn't get anything from it. It's probably a type of animal or something, because the kangaroo is also an animal. If you guys know, you can like try to explain to me what saloon is. It's going to be fun. So it basically explains that one thing, the kangaroo robbed the bank, right? It's one thing. And then towards the saloon, it's also like another thing, but they happen together. Jadinya mereka itu kejadiannya itu bareng-bareng. That's why it use and, it combines things. It's just like my example before, like I eat cake and I eat bread. Saya makan kue dan saya makan roti. So I actually eat both of them at the same time. Jadi saya makan dua-duanya bersamaan. Or it could be like this. I go to the mall and I watch cinema there. Jadinya saya pergi ke mall dan saya menonton bioskop di sana. Begitu. Both of them happen at the same time. Because usually mall in Indonesia have cinema, so karena kan kalau mall di Indonesia di mana-mana biasanya ada sinemanya kan. Ada XX1.
Nor is similar to and, but we use it to combine untrue things. We use it to express negation. So if I were going to talk about an angry tree spirit, for example, just to pull an example out of a hat, I could say, she won't leave her tree, nor will she speak with humans. We use but to
Oh, okay, so nor is combining untrue things. Berarti dia itu kombinasi dua hal yang tidak benar. Like trying to say in here is like a hypothetical condition or event, like a fantastical witch that he's trying to explain. Jadinya dia itu adalah mengkomunikasikan dua hal yang tidak nyata ya, dan dia juga memberikan example like the witch won't leave her tree. Jadinya itu penyihir itu tidak akan meninggalkan pohonnya, nor will she speak with human. Ataupun dia akan berbicara dengan manusia. So, another example will be I will not teach vocabulary class on Monday, nor will I teach vocabulary class on Wednesday. Okay, so both of them are untrue, right? Because I teach vocabulary class on Monday and Wednesday. Karena kan saya itu I teach vocabulary class on Monday. Saya kan mengajarkan kelas bahasa Inggris pada hari Senin. Maupun saya akan I will teach vocabulary class on Wednesday. Maupun saya akan mengajarkan kelas vocabulary pada hari Rabu. Karena kan kita belajarnya hari Senin dan Rabu.
Express exceptions, as in we used every building material but chewing gum, right? Chewing gum is the exception to
Okay, so it express exceptions. Oh, like when we are trying to explain about something something that is different, like in the example is we use every building materials but chewing gum, because chewing gum is not a building material. Okay, excuse me, I'm really sorry about that. Jadinya kita menggunakan semua building material. Jadinya kan material untuk pembangunan ya, but chewing gum. Tapi tidak untuk chewing gum. Chewing gum is like permen karet. Because can you build like a house or a tall building with chewing gum? No, right? It's not a very good material to like attach something or attach the bricks or attach anything together. Kan chewing gum bukannya sesuatu yang bagus untuk merekat sesuatu yang very heavy, yang berat-berat. You cannot, right? Probably you can actually put chewing gum on hair and paper, it will stick, but not if it's like a structural heavy buildings. It wouldn't last. Or, I don't know, no one have tried it before. Ya kan kira-kira kan kalau misalnya chewing gum itu kan nggak bisa dipakai kan. Kalau misalnya untuk yang kayak benda yang berat-berat, kecuali kalau misalnya itu adalah like paper, like kertas or rambut. Dan well, tidak ada yang pernah untuk like build something or build a structured house, ya kan? Belum ada yang bikin bangunan menggunakan chewing gum sebagai bahan perekat kan? So I don't know. You can try.
every building material. We use or as a conjunction to choose between options. As in, would you rather have a pet bear or a pet giraffe? We ask the hard questions at Khan Academy.
Oh, okay. So for or, it's like choose between options. Like dia itu untuk memilih dua opsi. Like, would you rather have a pet bear or a pet giraffe? Jadinya both of them is something that you will then be able to have as a pet legally, right? You actually need to have a license. Well, even though you have a license, you also cannot have a pet bear nor pet giraffe, but you can try to become a zoologist and work at a zoo or like, I don't know, some animal reservation out there, because there's so many like natural disasters that happens right now, and we kind of need more people, right, to combat it. Jadinya itu adalah option ya. Jadinya kan, apakah kamu pengen memiliki pet binatang peliharaan beruang atau binatang peliharaan giraffe. Giraffe is okay, this is the jerapah. I'm really sorry. Sometimes I forget the Indonesian words. Sometimes I forget the English words. I'm really sorry about it. I'm trying because I'm still human, right? I'm not a walking dictionary. I'm just trying, but I'm still, because I'm also still trying to learn. Okay. And actually teaching you guys helps me to relearn and learn so many things. So we learn from each other. And other options like, do you want to continue your study in Indonesia or continue your study abroad? Apakah kamu ingin untuk melanjutkan studi kamu di Indonesia atau ingin melanjutkan studi ke luar negeri? Ya, kira-kira begitu.
Yeah, it's kind of like but, except that we use it to express unexpected things. So I'm just going to write to the contrary, as if I were Sherlock Holmes hollering at a confused Watson. And to the contrary, my good man Watson. This is how we use yet. I'll show you. I want to leave, yet I cannot. So it sets up this kind of push and pull dynamic in a sentence is what yet does. We set the expectation, I want to leave, and yet here's the unexpected, what I'd say an ironic part, yet I cannot. I want to leave, but unfortunately, or but unexpectedly. When you would say but unexpectedly, just use yet.
Okay, so yes, yet is to the contrary. So it's like he's trying to explain that you actually want to do something, but you are unable to do that. Or trying to compare two things that's contradictory from one another. Jadinya itu berusaha untuk menjelaskan dua kalimat yang berlawanan dari satu sama lain. Like I want to leave, right? Saya mau pergi. Yet, tapi I cannot, but I can't. Probably he still haven't completed his work yet, or probably an accident happened so he cannot leave, or someone actually give him more work so he cannot leave, yeah, etc. And another example, it's like my grandmother hate to drink medicine, yet she needs to drink it. Jadinya grandmanya saya tidak suka untuk minum obat, tapi dia harus meminumnya. It's something that's contradictory but needs to happen, right? So we use yet for that kind of situations.
And finally, the last part of Fanboys, so shows consequences. Dougal was allergic to sheep, so he skipped the wool festival. Right, so we're trying to set up that as a consequence of the first clause, Dougal being allergic to sheep, the thing that follows is because of that, he decided to skip the wool festival. This is Fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so.
Okay, so the last one is so. It shows consequences, like, but it's like well, the first sentence is the condition, and then so is the conjunction, and then for the Second sentence is the consequence of what happened to the first sentence. Jadi maksudnya dari pemakaian so ini karena sesuatu hal yang terjadi pada sentence pertama, maka dari itu terjadilah sentence kedua. Makanya pemakaiannya adalah so yang menunjukkan suatu consequence. Consequence itu consequence. Consequence. Konsekuensi. Okay. Nah, in here it's Dougal was allergic to sheep. Jadinya itu Dougal is nama orang. Was allergic, jadi kan dia punya alergi ya. To sheep, jadinya dia alerginya itu sama domba. Interesting. And maka dari itu, so he skipped the wool festival. Jadinya dia skip itu tidak datang ke wool festival. Jadinya itu pesta bulu domba. I just know that there is a festival of wool, but okay, probably it's just hypothetical festival. Now I'm curious. Is there a wool festival? Wait, let me see. Wool festival. Oh my goodness, there is actually a Kentucky Wool Festival. What? Wow, there is a Wisconsin Sheep and Wool Festival. Okay, it's a thing actually. So, jadi karena Dougal itu alergi sama domba, makanya dia tidak bisa untuk datang ke Wool Festival. It's apparently real in USA, but I never gone there. Wow, I never knew. My goodness. Jadi ceritanya ternyata ada Wool Festival itu. Dan ada di mana-mana, di Kentucky, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio. Well, I want to know. Arkansas. Oh my. Oke. Jadi ternyata ada Wool Festival di Amerika ya. Ternyata. Dan I never gone there when I was there. My goodness, the stupidity. Okay, so let's move on from that. We need to think about another example. Because like Nina was sick, so she could not go to class last week. Karena Nina itu sakit, makanya dia tidak bisa masuk kelas minggu lalu. Begitu, kira-kira. So that's coordinating conjunction. It's like the for and nor, but, or, yet. So is a very common one, the common conjunction that you need to know. Jadinya itu common conjunction yang kalian perlu tahu ya. And then let's move on. Oh wait, before we move on, I'm going to talk to you again about the meaning in case you didn't remember. For, since, because, akan, yeah, it's for explaining about karena, for, since, because is karena, yeah. It explains about one thing, and because of that, karena itu, the other things is it needs further explanation. Like, I do not eat buttons because they are not food. Karena button itu bukan makanan, makanya saya tidak memakan kancing karena itu bukan makanan. It's stating one thing, and because this one thing needs explanation, that's why the second sentence, including for, happen. And that and it combine things, yang menggabungkan dua hal yang berbeda yang terjadi pada saat yang sama. Two different things that happens at the same time. And then for nor, combine untrue things, something that is not true. Say she won't leave her tree, nor will she speaks with human. Tapi kan itu adalah sesuatu yang tidak mungkin terjadi ya. Because she of course will leave her tree. How will she go to eat? I mean, she probably stock food, right? Mungkin dia stok makanan ya, tapi kan but it will run out. Itu kan bakalan like run out, right? Bakal habis. Masa dia nggak akan pergi kalau dia lapar? If she is very hungry, wouldn't she go to buy grocery or something? And then nor will she speaks with human. Maupun dia akan berbicara pada manusia. So she can speak to animals then. Dia bisa bicara dengan animals mungkin. There's no way she wouldn't speak with humans, right? Nggak mungkin dia nggak akan bicara dengan manusia, because if she goes to the town to buy grocery, she will need to speak to human to pay for those grocery. Kalau misalnya dia itu pergi meninggalkan rumahnya dia, si tree itu, is a tree house. And then dia itu kan juga harus pasti berbicara dengan orang lain agar dia itu bisa membeli dan juga bisa membayarkannya, right? So it's something that's unlikely to happen. And then, but express exceptions. Dia kan menerangkan sesuatu exceptions, jadi kan pengecualian, ya. We used every building materials but chewing gum. Again, because chewing gum is not something that we make to build out a structured and permanent heavy building that human can live inside, but probably someone will be able to create that in the future, so I don't know. And then or choose between options, jadi kan memilih antara beberapa opsi. Like, would you rather have a pet bear or a pet giraffe, both that you cannot have? And then, yeah, to the contrary, jadinya itu kan sesuatu yang berbeda ya. Contrary, berlawanan, kebalikan. Like, I want to leave yet I cannot. Saya pengen pergi tapi saya nggak bisa. It's very contrary, right? And so it show consequences, like Dogo was allergic to sheep, so he skipped the wool festival. Jadinya karena dia itu alergi, makanya dia tidak pergi. Like, karena this one thing happened, karena dia itu kan allergic, right? That's why. Jadinya kan konsekuensinya dia tidak bisa, dia itu like skip, dia tidak datang. Okay, so we move on to the next conjunction.
X, my. Neither you nor your hairy-ass friend can come to my party? That's so rude. Hi, James from England.
Yeah, it's like very rude. Neither you, itu artinya kamu, nor your hairy-ass friend, itu jadinya itu teman kamu yang berbulu. But it's a negative connotation. Can come to my party. Jadinya kamu maupun teman kamu itu tidak boleh datang ke pestaku. Begitu kira-kira. But this hairy-ass friend is not a good thing to repeat. Okay? Bukan sesuatu yang bagus untuk kalian bicarakan di depan umum.
Today's lesson is going to be on correlative conjunctions, or let's say conjunctive pairs to make it simple. Mr. E made a statement where he said two things using two words to bring two statements together, two related ideas, and brought them together. In this case, you and your hairy-ass friend. I want to go to the board and I want to explain the correlative conjunctions to you, because I know conjunctions you've heard of, but this will be a little twist that can add to your English to make it more advanced. Are you ready? Let's go to the board. All right. So E talked about correlative conjunctions. And what I want to do is just go over conjunctions basically to you, okay? So conjunctions like for, so, because, and or are easy. You know, they're everyday words. You say them regularly. My friend and I, you or him or her, right? And we use these to join words, clauses, and phrases together.
Yeah, he's just explaining what we have discussed previously from the previous video about conjunctions, the ordinary conjunctions, for, so, because, and, or. Yeah, because it's like everyday words that used to join like words, right? Two words, like he explained, like picture and camera, or like he or she or they, etc. And then there are like conjunctions which is more advanced to those common ones from the correlative conjunction. Jadinya ada conjunction dari kata sambung yang lebih maju, ya, advance, lebih advance sedikit from that. To improve your English, it's either or, not only but also, neither nor, and both and. Jadinya dipakainya itu bareng-bareng, begitu. Like the first example that he gave us, neither nor, right? Neither nor. Okay.
Right. People I saw and my best friends were happy. Okay. So a correlative conjunction is the same kind of thing. It's like you're joining statements, but they're of, not or, of related information. And when they come together, when I say pairs, it's like, imagine a boy and a girl together and they're a happy couple. They work together, okay? So either or is one of the first examples. You've seen either, right? Or you've seen or. But what I want to talk about is either or. And either or, it gives you a choice. Either you pay me the money now or I break your legs. You have a choice, whether you like that choice or not. It's a choice.
Okay, so it's similar, like this either or with the or that we already discussed previously. See, it's choosing between options. It's just adding the either in front. Like, would you rather pet bear or pet giraffe? It could also become, oh no. So this is choosing between options, right? So you can only choose one. Jadinya kamu cuma bisa choose satu dari dua pilihan ini. But it's also the same. Either you pay the money now or I break your leg. It's also a choice. Wait. Either or. Okay. So if it's actually have similar meaning between them, you can use like you pay the money or I break your leg. You can also say either you pay the money or I break your leg. Both of them have the same meaning. Jadinya mereka berdua itu benar-benar punya arti yang sama. Cuma dia memakai either karena dia itu lebih untuk membuat lebih advance. That's the only thing that I can think of. You can also use either by itself. Jadinya itu, for example, I don't care, either of you can cook. Saya tidak peduli, dari antara kalian, dua-duanya bisa masak. But it's it's already a different meaning and not a conjunction. It's either is a conjunction, but it's not a correlative conjunction anymore, if it's like that. But mostly either is like combined with or. Jadi kalau misalnya either itu harus diikuti or. Kebanyakan, most of the time, either and or cannot have to be used together. But or can be used by itself. And either can be used by itself too. Occasionally, kadang-kadang. And then
The second one is not only, but also. It's about surprise. In the first case, we're saying not only was she happy, there was surprise, but she also got married. There's even more surprise. So in this correlative pair, we talked about the idea of surprise. You put this plus this, there's surprise plus more surprise.
Okay, so this one explains like the not only but also. This is also a correlative conjunction that needs to come together. If it's not come together, it rarely happens. No, I cannot think of a sentence with only not only but also, right? Both of them needs to be together to have the meaning of surprise. Jadinya conjunction ini not only itu tidak hanya but also. Tapi juga it's both of them together will have like not only but also is they need to be together to make it have the meaning of surprise ya. Untuk mereka berdua itu harus bareng di dalam satu kalimat in one sentence to have to make it have the surprise meaning. Jadinya itu untuk membuat mereka itu mempunyai arti kejutan harus berada di sentence yang sama. In the sentence his example is not only she's married ya, married ya, tidak hanya dia itu menikah, but also not only she's happy, no, so tidak hanya dia tidak hanya lagi senang, but she's also got married. Jadi tapi dia juga baru saja menikah, begitu. Kira-kira. I think it's partly because of the intonation, that's why it comes as a surprise. Aku rasa juga karena intonasi dia ya, cara dia bicara, makanya itu menambah element of surprise, menambah elemen kejutannya. Let me think about another example. Oh, not only he won a lottery, but also a car. Nah, dia tidak hanya menang lotre, tapi dia juga menang sebuah mobil. Surprise, right? How lucky he is. Beruntung banget orangnya. Nah, kira-kira begitu.
In our third case, we talked about negation. That's when I was talking about Mr. E here. He said, not you, nor your friend. A lot of students have a problem with neither nor or neither nor. By the way, they're the same thing. You'll hear people say neither this or nor. My idea on that, or my take on that, is this. A lot of educated people will say neither, and it's more British. And Americans tend to say neither more. Is there really a grammatical difference? Not at all. But just keep that in mind, that if you hear someone say neither, they probably have gone to university, a little bit more educated, and neither is just more commonplace. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just a preference in style, okay? But when you say neither, nor, it means not this and not that. It's not a choice. People confuse either or because you have a choice. This means this is not true and that's not true, so both are not true anymore. Cool? Keep that in mind.
Okay. So he explained about the way people pronounce neither and neither, right? He said that if people speak neither, it's more like a British pronunciation. Jadinya itu kan maksudnya kalau neither itu berasal itu ya apa namanya pronunciation-nya orang Inggris. If neither, it's American. Kira-kira begitu. And most people tend to think, jadinya banyak orang yang berpikir if someone say neither, it means that he or she have an like advanced education. Jadinya itu mereka punya itu ya edukasi yang tinggi ya if they say neither instead of neither. Well, as you can see, I'm actually using neither more. It's just because I don't know. I'm not really sure whether my lecture, I think it's probably influenced because I just got back from America. That's why I use neither, opposite of neither. but it's both of them are correct pronunciation, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Jadi ya, dua-duanya itu pronunciation yang benar ya. Jadi kalian nggak perlu khawatir harus neither, not neither. Okay. And he said that neither nor is a negation. Jadi ya, adalah dua-duanya itu adalah sesuatu yang tidak benar. It's again similar to this nor. That's why I move my cursor here, because I'm trying to explain to you how to differentiate it, but there's nothing to differentiate actually, because both of them are the same. It's just like or and nor can happen separately, but either and neither can't. Jadinya itu or sama nor itu bisa dipakai sendiri gitu. But either and neither more cannot. Jadinya either and neither itu tidak bisa dipisahkan dari or maupun nor. And that's just the rules of things that, again, I have told you before, that already decided by someone from England like hundreds of years ago. And we cannot actually ask him or her, why do we need these two things together? So yeah, gitu lah kira-kira. And the example of that, besides the one that I told you it's quite offending, is neither she is a singer nor a writer. Jadinya dia bukanlah seorang penyanyi maupun seorang penulis. Begitu. Bukan, because negation means something, because she is not a writer and also not a singer. Jadi kan dia itu kan bukannya penyanyi maupun penulis ya. Makanya dia itu kan negatif gitu. Begitu kira-kira. If it's a more complex one like this, neither she will leave her tree nor will she speaks with humans. Now you can change it like that. That's why I told you that neither nor and this nor right here are actually the same. And it's going to have the same meaning.
Mind, it makes everything negative. And finally, both and is inclusive or including. You know, both my brother and my father love baseball. So I'm taking two, right? Both my brother, I'm saying there are two parts, and the secondary part is included with the first part. So it says including. Cool? Now, we've got the basic lesson down. We're going to go to the board.
Okay. So it's like the example, both and, right? His example is both his father and, just say Alan, likes baseball. Jadinya itu keduanya, both itu keduanya ya. Jadinya kan Alan, ayahnya, dan Alan, dua-duanya suka baseball. It's including, jadinya maksudnya itu karena keduanya itu suka akan satu hal, because both of them like a same thing at the same time. That's why they could use both and. Like I like to eat both. I like to eat both chicken and rice. Jadi saya suka makan nasi dan ayam, like that. Both of them. Saya kan suka makan mereka berdua sama-sama ya, bersama-sama. I never really eat rice alone. I also never really eat chicken alone. Saya nggak suka gaduhin makanan gitu. Nggak, terutama especially if it's meat. Because I don't know, I just cannot really chew meat by itself. Jadi saya itu agak aneh gitu, jadinya saya nggak bisa ngunyah daging kalau nggak ada nasi if I don't have rice with it. So that's why I always eat both rice and meat together. Begitu kira-kira. Okay, so that concludes the conjunction part of our lesson. Jadinya itu ada fanboys ya. Yang pertama, for and, nor, but, or, yet. So, and then there's either or, not only but also, neither nor, both and. Right. Either or is a choice, right? Jadinya kan pilihannya. Similar to the or, ya kan, choose between options. Jadinya kan milih antara dua hal. Then not only but also is expressing surprise. Ini kan sesuatu yang lain ya daripada yang kita belajar yang tadi. Jadinya itu one thing is a surprise, not only, but also is a surprise too. Like he won the lottery, and he also won a prize car. Jadinya dia menang loteri dan juga dia menang mobil. Begitu kira-kira. Jadinya kan sangat surprising how lucky he is, right? And then neither nor is the same as nor combine untrue things. Jadinya itu kan atau mengkombinasikan sesuatu yang dua-duanya itu tidak akan terjadi ya. Both of that, something that will not happen. Yeah, neither you nor your friend can come to my party. Jadi kan mereka berdua tidak diundang kan, makanya kan mereka tidak bisa datang ke partinya. Makanya itu adalah sesuatu. That's why, right? It's like expressing something that cannot happen. Jadi kan mengekspresi sesuatu yang tidak akan terjadi. Karena kan he cannot come to the party. That's why. Okay, terus both and including, jadinya adalah sesuatu, menggabungkan suatu hal yang terjadi bareng-bareng. Dua hal yang terjadi bareng-bareng, right? Eating both rice and meat. Gitu kira-kira. And okay, let me stop sharing first. I have told you before that there is another conjunction. It's subordinate conjunction. Jadi, subordinate conjunction is a combination of conjunction between like an independent sentence, combining independent sentence with dependent sentence. Jadi kombinasi antara sentence yang bisa diartikan sendiri dan sentence yang tidak bisa diartikan tanpa sentence yang pertamanya. Begitu kira-kira. But for you to understand it, you actually need to learn like a whole set of grammatical things, and we are learning vocabulary right now. So that's why I don't want to delve too deep to the grammatical side of things, because our focus is for vocabularies. That's why I stopped, because we're already learning so much grammar too already, right? Okay, then we move on to preposition. Position. Okay, let's wait for it to load. Preposition is very easy. You're very familiar with it. In, on, at. Di atas, di dalam, dan pada suatu yang spesifik. But because we're going to refresh your mind.
I'm having a hard time reading on the train right now. Oh. Hold on, I'll start the lesson. Hi, James Mingvin. Sorry, I was on the train. I want to teach you a lesson about 4 basic prepositions that we use in English that sometimes get confused, and I understand why, so I'll keep it basic, but because it's basic, it's going to be 80% correct. That's a good thing. That means you can go to the website and learn more from other lessons we have, but just know that sometimes there'll be exceptions, and I may not cover it here today. I'll even give you 2 exceptions to help you. But why waste time? Let's go to the board. Here's Mr. E. You'll notice he has a calendar, he has a clock, and you are here? Oh, here is a location. We're here right now doing the lesson. That's the location, Ingvid. Let's go to the board and do the rest of the lesson, shall we? Here's at, on, in, and by. At. I love it because it's very specific, so you always know where you are. Exactly. Problem, for transportation, at doesn't have anything. So let's go to the next one. Let's go to on. On. On is used for, let's say, large vehicles or large ways of traveling, such as buses, trains, buses, planes, and boats.
Okay, so he tried to explain the different, like transportation, location, and time, different uses of at, on, in, by. Jadinya itu preposition itu ada at, on, in, by. This is the common preposition. If you just Google it, there are hundreds of prepositions. But let's just try to see the uses for it with transportation, location, and time. Okay. Jadinya itu dari transportasi, lokasi, dan waktu. And he's going to explain it one by one, I think. So he said that in at, jadinya di at ini, in transportation, there are no specific uses. Jadinya nggak ada penggunaan at untuk transportation itu, nggak ada yang spesifik. Terus for on, there are train, bus, plane, boat. Jadi dia bilang kalau misalnya in on is used for large vehicles. Jadinya itu kalau misalnya kendaraannya itu besar, train panjang kan, it's long, it's big. Bus is also bigger than car. Dia kan juga lebih besar ya daripada mobil. Plane is even bigger. Jadi kan plane itu kan bahkan lebih besar lagi, right? Boat is also big, but there is a small boat. But for small boat, he says that he will say that there is an exception. I actually watched this video before, that's why I know. Jadinya itu kalau misalnya boat itu ada beberapa kepengecualian gitu.
I'll come back to boat in a second. It's an exception. On the train, on the bus, and on the plane, unless you're Bill Gates, Donald Trump, or me, I'm not in that list, you don't have your own train, plane, or bus. So you usually share it with a bunch of people or a few people. It's large. So we say you're on the bus because it covers a big area. So there are many people sitting in that area. When I get to location, you'll see what I mean. Boat is a small exception. For many people in the world, they have their own boats because maybe they do fishing or rowing, which is a type of boat that you don't go by yourself. In that situation, you can use in. So if the boat is small enough, say in. I'm in a boat right now. But if it's a big boat, you have to say I'm on a boat. Another exception for the on rule is bicycle. You are always on a bicycle. I know, I said big vehicles, but remember, a bicycle is small and it doesn't really have a motor or an engine, so we kind of give it its own thing because you have to sit on the bicycle. You can never really be in a bicycle. Zach?
Okay, so he explained about boat. Jadinya tuh boat itu kan there are a big and small one. If it's a small one, kalau misalnya dia kecil ya, he also says that on is like something that on for transportation is something that if you are not owning that transportation, kalau kamu tuh bukan punya kamu transportasinya, you cannot use in. That's why he says that unless you're Donald Trump or president, makanya dia bilang kecuali kamu itu Donald Trump, one of the, he's actually president of America, you know, and also dia kan itu ya apa namanya orang termasuk salah satu orang terkaya di dunia. He's one of the most rich men in the world. Affluent. We can also say affluent for wealth, wealthy, besides rich. It's the same thing. Jadi, we need to use on, he said. And for boat, for small boat, we can use in. If, for example, you're a fisher, or probably you own a boat because you like fishing. Jadinya itu kalau misalnya kalian itu punya kapalnya sendiri, kapal kecil, untuk karena kalian hobi mancing katanya, ya if it's small, kalau misalnya dia itu kecil, kalian bisa pakai begitu kira-kira. If it's big and you don't own it, oh, you have to use on, begitu kira-kira. So that's why, and in here, in the examples are car and taxi. Oh, wait. For on, he also explains about bicycle. Jadinya tuh dia juga mengatakan tentang sepeda ya. Karena sepeda itu kan terbuka ya. We're out in the open, right? We're just on it. We're sitting on it. Kita kan duduk di atasnya kan. Di atas sepeda. Like on motorcycle, kan kita juga duduk di atasnya motorcycle dan sepeda kan. Kan kita tidak bisa masuk ke dalam situ kan. Can we go inside our motorcycle? Where? Oh, we can actually get on our motorcycle right now. There is a new development, right? Like the covered motorcycle. Let me show you. Cycle. Probably you have seen it before, but I just want to show you just in case you haven't, because this is so interesting. Oh my goodness, the loading is so long. But there's this type of new motorcycle where you can actually go inside, see? And you wouldn't be able to get wet. Now we can actually say we're in motorcycle instead of on motorcycle. Kalau misalnya di motorcycle yang kayak mine, like Beats, Honda and etc. Right? The older type of motorcycle, you still need to use on. But if you are actually own this kind of motorcycle, you can say that it's in, because technically it's true, because you're inside of that contraption, vehicle, whatever, right? So yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Now, okay, now move on to the on. Move on to the in. Besides that, the examples are car and taxi. Car, yeah, because it's covered, right? And most people have car. Kan kebanyakan orang punya mobil pribadi ya. Well, at least in Indonesia, I mean, that's why we have so much traffic. Karena itu kan kita itu banyak macet karena banyak orang yang punya mobil. And also, we can say we are in a taxi, even though taxi is not actually ours, walaupun itu kan public transportation juga kan. Why is it not on? It's because we go inside of the taxi. Karena kan kita masuk ke dalam taksinya kan. And another thing, he also explained that with taxi, we actually own it. For how many minutes we pay for going from one place to another. Jadinya itu, kan kalau misalnya di taxi itu kan kita bayar ya. Jadi kan kita itu like memiliki taksi itu privately, menggunakan taksi privately for only a few minutes. Seberapa panjang waktunya yang kita butuhkan untuk pergi dari, for example, our house to UBL. Ya kan? Misalnya dari rumahnya kita ke UBL, berapa menit itu berarti kita, karena kita membayar, because we pay, that's why we actually own it for the few minutes we are inside of it. Begitu, kira-kira. And then by. By is dengan artinya itu. So by car, by plane, by train, by boat, it means that I went to Jakarta by plane. Jadi saya pergi ke Jakarta dengan pesawat. You can also go by bus. You can also go by, oh no, you cannot go by train. Okay, you can go by boat, right? Kamu kan bisa pergi dengan bus. You can also go by car dengan mobil kamu sendiri. Or you can also go by boat. You can even go by your motorcycle to Jakarta. But it's going to be very, I don't know, I never done that. I went to Jakarta by bus and it's like 8 hours. It's so long. It's very tiring. By boat, kita pakai kapal gitu ya. Dengan, jadinya by is for explaining how we go to somewhere using those transportation. Jadi bagaimana kita pergi ke suatu tempat menggunakan transportasi tersebut. Bukannya keberadaan kita like on or in. Because on or in itu kan keberadaan kita kan. Kita berada di atas train, on bus, on plane, dan we're inside of the taxi. Jadi kan kayak kita itu berada di dalam taksinya, itu kan keberadaan. Tapi yang ini adalah dengan by itu menyatakan cara kita menggunakan transportasi itu untuk pergi ke suatu tempat. How we use the transportation to go to somewhere. Begitu. And then let's move on to location. Jadinya itu on. Location at. If it's a specific, very specific location, like I am right now, kayak Miss sekarang ini. I'm at home. Jadi saya bisa bilang saya itu sedang di rumah. Karena memang sekarang saya itu lokasinya benar-benar sedang di rumah. Or you can say I'm in my house at my bedroom. Lebih spesifik kan? Jadi saya itu berada di dalam rumah saya, di dalam kamar saya. At my bedroom, inside my house, at my bedroom. It's very exact location. Or you can say, I'm at Jalan Pangeran Antasari, like that. Antasari Street, begitu. Specific. And then for on, it says on a surface, like the book is on the floor, I'm sitting on a chair, begitu. Kira-kira. Pokoknya berada di atas sesuatu. On motorcycle, on train, on bus, on plane, right? It's a location. Then inside, jadinya like you put something in, like I'm currently inside my house, right? You cannot see me from outside of my house. Jadi kan saya masuk ke dalam rumah saya, kan saya berada di dalam rumah saya. Kalau misalnya orang luar kan tidak bisa melihat saya dari luar. If I don't open my window, kalau misalnya saya nggak buka jendela, orang nggak akan bisa melihat saya dari luar. Oh ya, if I don't open my window, nor if I don't open my window, nor close. If I neither open my window nor close my curtain, everyone will be able to see me. If I don't open my window and close my curtain, no one will be able to see me. Everyone will be able to see me. Begitu. And then for, let me think first. Neither, no, like, wait. Stop sharing first. Let me share my screen, this one. Let me. My goodness. Okay. Okay, so the sentence will be like this. Neither I open my window nor open my curtain. So, karena saya tidak membuka jendela maupun membuka tirai saya, maka karena dari itu, no one could see me. Tidak ada seorang pun yang bisa melihat saya. If you remember, so is for explaining, right? A condition that happened because something that happened previously. Jadi kan dia itu menerangkan kondisi yang terjadi karena sesuatu hal yang sudah terjadi di awal. Jadi kan di kalimat kedua itu kan consequence, right? A consequence of something that happens. Jadinya kan karena neither I open my window nor open my curtain, karena saya tidak membuka jendela juga tidak membuka tirai. So, karena itu tidak ada yang bisa melihat saya. Kan? The consequence of I'm not opening my window, not open my curtain. Jadi kan tidak ada yang bisa melihat. So, no one goes sini. Or, it could be neither I open my window nor open my curtain. So, my room smells. Kan? Karena saya tidak membuka pintu membuka jendela maupun membuka tirai, maka kamar saya itu berbau jadinya. Smells, berbau. Begitu. Dampak dari sesuatu yang terjadi sebelumnya. Okay? It's just I'm trying to make sense of what I'm saying. Okay, share screen. Okay, and then this by is also like a different one. Close to, nearby. It's the same thing. Jadinya, if my house is near a lake, jadinya itu rumah saya dekat, kan close to, dekat dengan danau, lake. Lake is danau, right? Wait. Lake. Yeah, danau. Okay. And then you can also say my house is by the lake. So my house is near the lake. It's all the same thing. Jadi dekat. Artinya begitu. Terus explaining time. At is a very specific time, right? Like hours and minutes. Jadinya benar-benar explain it to the dog. Like 9. A quarter past 9, jadinya jam 9:15. A quarter past 9 a.m. pagi. Jadinya benar-benar dijelasin sedetail itu. And then on is used for day. Semua yang ada day-nya, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on Monday, on Christmas Day, on New Year's Day, on. And then for in, it's used for a longer period of time, weeks, months, years, like in 2 weeks. So you need to, for example, you need to complete the assignment in 2 weeks. Jadi kamu harus menyelesaikan pekerjaannya itu ya, assignment PR-nya itu dalam waktu 2 minggu. Begitu kira-kira. And then in months. And then in years. Like I haven't gone to, where haven't I gone to? Oh yeah, I haven't gone to Bali in years. Saya belum pergi kembali ke Bali selama bertahun-tahun gitu, dalam bertahun-tahun. The last time I went to Bali was when I was still in high school. Sad, right? Terakhir kali Miss ke Bali itu waktu Miss masih SMA. Okay, so and by is end of time. Jadinya itu maksudnya adalah deadline. Ya, jadinya limit. Like you have to finish it by tomorrow. Kamu harus menyelesaikannya besok. Sampai, pokoknya cuma waktunya sampai besok gitu. By tomorrow. You can say by next week too. But you cannot say by 2 weeks. Because it's already longer time. Because when you say by next week, it means that, for example, it's like Monday. This week, right? Minggu ini. Tapi hari Selasa deh. Ini hari Selasa ya. Tuesday. So you need to, and then someone, me, says that you need to complete your assignment by next week. I can say that. But I cannot say by 2 weeks because it's already a longer period of time. So you need to say in 2 weeks. You can also say by next month and by next year. It's like an exception of that. Kalau misalnya cuma, if it's only like once, like next week, itu kan berarti kan cuma bedanya 1 minggu ya. Like by next year, kan bedanya cuma 1 tahun ya. Next year, by next year. Terus juga bila by next month, jadi kan pokoknya tengah waktunya bulan depan gitu. Kan jadi 1 bulan ya. You can still say by. But you can also say in a month, in a year, in a week. Nah, begitu kira-kira. Okay, so that's it for the preposition. I'm going to show you the examples of preposition. There's so many examples of preposition. There's so many prepositions you cannot imagine how many. Preposition. Let me see 100 important preposition list. Let me show you. As I've told you before, knowing the words and how to use it is important. That's why I teach you on how to use it. Ya kan menggunakan, kan bukannya kita itu kan belajar vocabulary juga untuk tahu bagaimana cara menggunakannya kan. Even though, but that's why I teach you a little bit about it, but not really such a deep grammatical like set of rules. I'm not going to teach you like the very complicated grammatical rules. Like saya nggak akan mengajarkan kalian yang grammar yang complicated because you're still learning, right? You're still new at this. That's why. But only knowing the meaning of the word is also not enough. Tapi kan kalau belajar vocabulary itu walaupun kita itu maksudnya untuk belajar vocabulary, kan belajar vocabulary itu bukannya cuma mengetahui arti dari vocabulary-nya kan, but in order for you to master it, kan bagaimana cara kalian itu bisa untuk menggunakannya, on how you be able to use this vocabulary. That's why I teach you a little bit of the rules. Makanya kan saya ajarkan sedikit rules-nya bagaimana, begitu. As you can see, like 100 important preposition is about, above, aboard, according to, across, after, against, go. But by, despite, due to, during, except for, from, hence, and blah, blah. But I teach you the most important one that commonly, very, very commonly used. Jadi kan saya ajarkan kalian itu bagaimana cara untuk mengetahui tentang preposition itu kan, dan conjunction yang secara umum diketahui, begitu. And then there's a list of additional preposition. Begitulah kira-kira. Okay. So we move on to the last part. The last part of our lesson today. It's interjections. We call it interjection. Okay. So interjection is like what I just said. It's those mumbling words that sometimes native speaker says, but it has meanings. Jadinya itu dia adalah suatu kata emoticon gitu loh. Or and then aha, things like that. I tried to teach you about this because I think it's interesting, and it is something that is important for you to know if you actually want to go and study abroad later, and also if you ever have a colleague like native English teacher later. Siapa tahu kan kalau misalnya kalian itu interjection itu jadinya adalah suatu kata yang untuk mengekspresikan perasaan yang biasa digunakan oleh native speaker. Nah, jadi menurut saya itu penting kalian itu untuk tahu ya. Karena kalau misalnya nanti kalian itu mau untuk meneruskan studi kalian keluar abroad, or kalau misalnya kalian itu go to like have like a job ya. Jadi kan kalau kalian nanti itu kerjanya di sekolah internasional, you will meet like teachers from all over the world. Jadi kan kalian akan ketemu guru-guru lainnya yang berasal dari nggak tahu negara mana di dunia ini, and you will communicate in English. You will be able to perceive what they're trying to say from that. And I actually hope that I know a little bit about this before, because when a native speaker, for example, say, it could also mean I don't know. Dia itu bisa bilang I don't know, or like it's or it's like it says that mengiyakan gitu. Jadinya itu setuju begitu. But I did not really know that, because for me it's just I'm just thinking, right? If I'm saying kalau misalnya saya bilang saya itu sedang berpikir begitu. I didn't know that it has so many different meaning. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Interjections. Okay. So you can see there's so many, like blah, blah, really? Ooh, yoo-hoo, gee, ow. Nah, like there is a difference, right? Like if Indonesians say ow, it means that we're hurt, right? Berarti kan kita nggak tahu kenapa atau apa gitu kan. Kalau misalnya if native speaker says ow, it means that like it's so cute banget, begitu. It's so different, right? Like when they say ha and ha, it's also different, right? Like ha is just like very resigned or something. Kalau misalnya ha, kita kan biasanya itu kan kayak sudah menyerahkan sesuatu hal. But if they say ha, it's also like how do you say? Expressing that they are actually right. Jadinya mengekspresikan bahwa mereka itu benar. Gitu. Saat mereka when they're like their thoughts are proven by someone else. Jadinya itu kan someone else have the same thought as them. That's why they say like that. And then see, they even have like the types of interjection. Doubt. Doubt is if they are ragu akan sesuatu. Pity, like expressing sympathy. Jadinya itu kalau mereka bersimpati ya pada seseorang. Realization, jadinya itu kan menyadari sesuatu. Disapproval, jadinya itu tidak setuju akan sesuatu. Irritation, jadi mereka itu irritation itu bukan iritasi ya, bukannya iritasi mata, bukan. Irritation is similar to angry, but it's more like, how do you say it? Terganggu gitu, disturb, ya, jengkel, panic, jadinya itu mereka kan panik ya. Dismay is like worry, shock, like oh no, like yeah, it's something of like something that when it also can mean like worrying about someone, like I lost my wallet. Yeah, saya kehilangan dompet saya. And then my friend says, oh no, like, yeah, like that. And disappointment, kekecewaan, ya. Then embarrassment. Embarrassment itu malu. Pain, sakit. They say oh instead of ow. And then disgust to jijik, ya. Surprise is like terkejut. Then elation, senang, it's same like happiness. Like terus pleasure, pleasure itu is the same as elation, but I guess pleasure is more a calmer way of expressing things. Let's see, elation. Yeah, elation is same as excitement, joy, fun. Jadi itu excited gitu, excited banget. Jadinya sangat senang gitu kan. If it's pleasure, it's more like it's the same, but more about like calmer side of things. Like elation is projected more strongly than pleasure. Jadinya itu elation itu lebih kelihatan jelas daripada pleasure. And then relief, lega, boredom itu bosan. begitu. And there is a whole English video about it. That, and I'm not going to like interject her. My goodness, what happened? See, she explains so many interjections in this video, and she knows more about it because she's a native speaker, not me, right? Dia lebih bisa untuk mengekspresikannya karena kan dia native speakernya ya, bukan saya kan bukan native speaker. That's why I hope that you will be able to watch the video, so you will be able to know about the expressions that native speakers made. And
Hey,
then
my name's Ronnie.
that's it.
Today,
That's it basically for today's lesson. Wait, stop share. I'm going to explain to you about this one. Not responding. Goodness. Okay. So as you can see, there is a conjunction that we already explained before. No, that we already discussed before, right? And then the exercises. There is a little bit more, like before, after, although, though, and if. So also to as well, only, even, like, then. There's also the function of it, like when is answering question when. Jadi kan we went home when Jane want to. Jadinya itu dia itu menerangkan kata depannya gitu. Kapan, ya kan? We went home, ya kan? Kami pulang ke rumah when, pada saat Jane want to. Waktu Jane sudah mau pulang, begitu kira-kira. And before, after. Then, so the question of what happened first. Like, it could be like this. We went home before the concert ended. Jadinya itu kami pulang ke rumah sebelum konsernya itu like tutup ya, like berakhir. Then what happened? Answering the question of what happened first. Jadinya kalau before itu kalau menyatakan, ya kan dia itu pulang ke rumah sebelum konsernya itu selesai kan. If you can also use after. We went home after the concert ended. Ya, kami pulang ke rumah setelah konsernya selesai. It could be like that. It's just explaining when. Explaining, kalau saya pakai before, it explains mereka itu pulangnya udah duluan sebelum konsernya. And after is explaining that they are going home, ya kan, mereka pulang ke rumah setelah konser ended. Jadinya setelah konsernya selesai. Begitu. Although and though tells you something surprising. Oh, okay. So although and though also tells something surprising, like the other one that we already learned before. Let me. Where is it? Share. No. Oh my goodness. Neither, nor, but also, and not only but also, right? Yeah, not only but also, right? surprise one. Okay. Sure. It's also explaining like not only but also. So went home, although I thought we not really want to. Okay. We went home, although we did not really want to. Oh, it actually have the same meaning as yet if we reverse it. Jadi itu tell something surprising, like, but it's also contradictory, like yet one. Jadinya itu kita pulang ke rumah, walaupun kita tidak pengen pulang ke rumah. See? It's just like yet, but we need to reverse the like sentence. Jadi, we did not really want to, yet we go home. Yet we went home. I don't think we can say we went home yet we did not really want to. It's just not grammatically, is it? Let me see. We went home, yet we don't really want to. Okay. Wait. We went home. We don't really want to. Okay. Apparently, it's also correct. I mean, it's grammatically correct. So you can also use yet here, apparently. And if, like, makes a condition. Oh, we will go home if we are tired. Jadinya dia itu punya kondisi untuk melakukan sesuatu hal. Jadi, we will go home. Kita akan perlu pulang if we are tired. Kalau kami tuh capek. Begitu katanya. Then other connecting words. Only. Not only, but also. Okay, so only apparently can be used by itself. He sleeps only 3 hours every night. Ya, sleep only 3 hours every night. Jadi dia itu tidur hanya 3 jam setiap hari. Oh, so this is actually the subordinative conjunction because he sleeps. This is the main sentence. Only is the conjunction and 3 hours every night because it's a dependent clause. That's why it's dependent, right? You cannot say just 3 hours every night in a sentence. 3 hours every night of what? Jadi kan kalian nggak bisa ngomong cuma 3 jam setiap malam. Kalau misalnya nggak ada siapapun yang bertanya, right? 3 jam setiap malam tentang apa? Begitu. So, well, you get the example now. And then, even. Say something surprising or unusual. Oh, jadi something surprising or unusual. Jadinya itu nyatakan sesuatu hal yang sangat surprising ya, dan tidak biasa. Even their 10-year-old son works in the shop, right? It's not something usual. Bahkan anak mereka yang umur 10 tahun juga kerja di tokonya itu. Rajin banget anak ini. It's not something usual. Then, like, makes a comparison. She looks like her dad. Makes a comparison. Jadinya tuh, dia tuh membuat suatu komparasi gitu. Comparison itu perbandingan. Nah, jadinya dia terlihat seperti ayahnya gitu. Or I like eating bananas like monkeys. Yeah, like that. Then used after a comparative adjective or adverb. Oke. Jadi dia itu dipakai setelah comparative adjective or adverb. Jadinya untuk menerangkan suatu adjektif atau adverb. She works harder than he does. Jadinya itu she works harder. Jadinya ini adverb. Karena dia itu menerangkan verb works, ya kan? Harder than he does. Wait. Harder. Harder, yes. Harder. Okay, so harder is an adjective or a noun, but hard can be adverb or adjective. Begitu. So she works harder. So this harder actually explains the person and not the work. Jadinya karena yang bekerja keras itu kan orangnya ya, makanya dia yang diterangkan. Begitu. If it's an adjective, yeah, no. If it's an adverb, adverb explain. Yeah, adverb usually modifies a verb, like sings loudly and very tall. Very tall is adjective. No, like works harder is adjective phrase. And comparative adjective. Comparative adjective. See how much you made me learn. Compare aja, used to compare difference between two objects and modify larger, small noun subject. Comparative adjective. Successful, terrible, hungrier, hotter, stranger, silliest, strangest. Well, I see that harder is an adjective anyway, so that's that. And he does. Jadinya dia bekerja lebih keras daripada ya orang itu begitu. He does. Also to as well say something is extra. He works in a shop and she does. She does also, or she does too, or she as well. Jadinya dia itu kan kerja di toko itu ya, dan dia juga. Begitu. So it's just the main thing that this sentence is trying to explain is the he. Jadinya dia itu kan kerja di toko ya. Dan dia juga gitu. Kayak sambil lewat. Adding something extra. Jadi say something extra. Begitu kira-kira. I'm going to relearn this adjective and adverb, so I will be able to explain it better to everyone when we come to the adjective and adverb, because I seriously need it. And okay. And this is the exercises that you need to do. As you can see, it's not going to be as long as the previous week, so there's that. And this is preposition. There's also lots of a preposition. After for, at forward to is also preposition. See, to, for, to, of, at. Okay, I'm going to explain a little bit. Okay, it says that some verbs followed by preposition. Jadinya kan ada beberapa verb yang diikuti dengan preposition. Well, from what I see, it's usually 2 or 4. Like listen to, waited for, ask for. Listen to itu kan mendengarkan. Waited for. Jadinya kan menunggu. Ask for. Menanyakan. Pay for. Membayar ya. Terus belongs to. Kan this book belongs to Sarah Smith. Jadi kan buku ini kepunyaannya Sarah Smith. Kira-kira begitu. Apologize for thinking about. And I think it's a very specific thing, kayak sesuatu yang spesifik, karena thinking is always followed by about. Jadi itu apa yang kamu pikirkan tentang, begitu, about is tentang. Apa yang kamu pikirkan? Like what are you waiting for? Jadi apa yang kamu tunggu lagi gitu. But it cannot be Like some words like thinking cannot be changed like thinking at or thinking to. It just doesn't make sense while you translate it. The meaning didn't really make any sense. Oh, it can be if you are like, because this is what are you thinking about, right? Ini kan menanyakan tentang apa yang kamu pikirkan. Like, if you are, I'm currently thinking about, currently thinking about my meal. I'm currently thinking about what to cook in my kitchen. Jadi saya sedang berpikir apa yang akan saya masak di dalam dapur saya, in my kitchen. Yeah, there's just some words that needs to be followed by certain preposition. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the rules. Good at, then interested in, afraid of, proud of. And as I've told you in the previous week, please, if you don't really remember words, you'll encounter new words, you encounter difficult words, write it down in your personal vocabulary so you will remember. You wouldn't just listen and then completely forgot about it. You will be able to look it back and try to relearn it. Try to make it your own. Jadi seperti yang selalu saya bilang ya, kalau misalnya kalian itu ketemu kata baru, kata yang sulit, atau yang ingin kalian ingat-ingat, itu ditulis di personal diary kalian, karena kalau misalnya enggak, kalian akan lupa, right? You wouldn't remember, and it wouldn't really help you in the long run, because it is really important for you to be able to know these words. It will really help you immensely in your writing, because let me tell you, writing needs a lot of words. And when you write, if you are using the same word over and over again, for example, you use that for like, you have like a paragraph and you use for that in that paragraph, it's actually going to make you like give you minus point if you are doing your IELTS or TOEFL examination in the writing part. This is not joking. And people who read it will be bored by it. Why is this person keep using this word over and over again? Can they not use like a different word or different sentences? Karena kalau misalnya kalian itu menulis dalam bahasa Inggris itu susah loh. It's not an easy thing to do. You will think you have so many vocabularies that you know, and you are confident that you will be able to write. But apparently, when in the practical things, jadinya kalian itu percaya diri kalau misalnya kalian tuh punya banyak sekali vocabulary kalian. Tapi begitu kalian menulis, ternyata kalian memakai kata-kata yang sama-sama aja. You just keep using the same words over and over again. And it means that you are stuck. Jadinya walaupun kalian itu punya tahu banyak kata, kira-kira. Begitu kalian menulis, kalian kalau menggunakan kata yang sama aja, kalian berarti stuck. Jadinya kalian tidak bisa memanfaatkan your vocabulary maximally. You probably have encountered difficult vocabularies before, but because you didn't use it, you didn't write it down, you didn't try to memorize it, you forgot, and you aren't able to apply it later. So please, do try to apply different and write, learn, and try to remember different vocabularies and use them. Okay, so, and these are the exercises that you need to do. And the last one, this is the preposition of place that we've already go about. This is more or less about directions. Jadi ini kebanyakan yang ada di sini itu tentang memberikan kayak arah ya, like up, down, into, out, over, above, under, below. Like somewhere over the rainbow. Ya, di atas pelangi, like that. And under the bridge, di bawah jembatan, below. In front of, di depan ya, behind, di belakang. And then some other common preposition. Along the river, maksudnya itu di seputarannya, along the river, di seputarannya, di sekitar, along the river, di sekitar, di arah sungai, river. Then along the river ya, searah sungai. Round the lake, ini kan di putarannya danau. Past the old castle, melewati kastil besar, and then through the village, ya kan, memasuki kan di antara, masuk ke dalam itu through, going through, jadinya kan melewati, memasuki tapi melewati ya, melewati village itu, makanya dia bilangnya through, kayak through the dungeon. Dungeon itu kan penjara bawah tanah ya, like what we've discussed on Monday. And then came over the bridge ya, di atas jembatan. Park next to the house, jadinya itu next to kan, by, park by the house, use it kan, di samping. Terus which was opposite the hotel. Okay, di opposite itu berlawanan. Opposite the hotel. This is the hotel, this is the house. You can see the difference because the hotel is bigger. Then our house is between two shops. Between, di antara. Oh, they don't have the, well, drawing for it. Okay. And it's near a bus stop. Jadi di dekat bus stop. Dia berada di dekat bus stop. Usually, a bus stop in the United States that I know of only have on the flag like this with the number of the bus. Jadi yang biasa kalau di Amerika itu tempat pemberhentian busnya itu cuma ada pelang, ya, kayak terus ada nomor busnya yang lewat di situ. That's it. It's not like us that have the awning, ya, kan ada kayak tutupan gitu kan, and also the bench that we can sit and wait for the bus, kan kita bisa ada di ketutupan dan juga kita bisa duduk ya, It's not like us, mostly. And then across the road, di melewati ya, melewati jalan, across the road. Along the other side, like along the river. Jadinya itu sejalur towards the church. Jadi akan menuju towards the church, menuju church is gereja. Okay, and then do all the exercises. Jadinya kerjain semua yang ini ya. Then, okay. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening until the end, and I hope you will be able to do the exercises. And I will see you next week for the review and also discussion. Bye.